Hello to you, Deborah Tavares. My name is Jacob Hammersmith. I'm a guide. I'm a guru. I am from Bangladesh. I am calling with information that I believe you will find both enticing on the level of personal pursuit as well as critical to your endeavors. I am actually find that it is quite cathartic because you are a world-leading expert in 5G. And it was recent that the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission of the United States, voted to approve a report and order regarding radio airwave frequencies in the 2.5 gigahertz range. And I know that 2.5 is a number that is actually very important to you, as it is the amount of time you spoke to the city council after the number of years between speaking to the city council on matters related to the wildfires. And as you have discussed, PG&E is controlled by the Rothschild family, not in the conventional shareholder sense, which is interesting because it is only.
Let me ask you, because you're giving me a lot of information, which I know, and you're from Bangladesh. And are you here then locally in the United States right now?
Yes, I am in Los Angeles with clients in Los Angeles with whom I provide guiding spiritual services.
You provide what?
Spiritual services, guiding guru meditation lifestyle.
Okay.
And you would call you because I think you have said that PG&E is controlled by the Rothschild family, and actually it's interesting because in the shareholder sense, PG&E is actually the only post Chapter 11 company that I have come across with a market capitalization exceeding $10 billion in the bankruptcy.
Well, that's just a monetary theft. That's all, and sidestepping, and looking to be a utility that has been injured by the very weapons that they've used to cause these fires. So continue.
Oh, so of that $10 billion, the top reported shareholders are the Vanguard mutual funds, and you know where that money comes from. Abrams Capital, Baupost, Seth Klarman, I believe his horse won the Kentucky Derby or some sort of high-profile race. Anchorage Capital and Appaloosa, which is David Tepper, as he also owns the Carolina Panthers, I believe. His returns have been quite good. I believe he left a bank receipt on the floor near a bank in the Hamptons of some sort of.
Well, we know that the utilities have been an enormous theft on every level, including money laundering and theft by creating businesses and formats of generating electricity that aren't generating electricity. And we understand that. And we know that we're in worse trouble as far as humanity goes than the majority of people could possibly even comprehend.
And how are you generating electricity without generating electricity?
Well, I don't know you, and you've just called me, and I would love to have a further conversation with you at a better time. But we know that, of course, Tesla created free energy, and that was after he was disposed of and all of his science was confiscated by the uncle of Trump. We know that the powers that be have and use different forms of energy in different ways. Would you agree?
Yes, I think that it is very clear that this is how they operate.
Yeah.
So I actually, wanted to discuss with you to speak on these natures because I came across your website. It really is a diabolical website. And the website speaks of the elite living on the coast, living near the water, not diamond water like Asa from the Shahs of Sunset, or like Jonathan Ram, but with one M, water of the Bible, rather natural ocean water, and the negative ion. And what is negative in ion is positive in energy. And in order to think positive, you have to stay positive. And so this is kind of what I want to relate to you as a guide and as a guru.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and it's interesting because right now I happen to be working on mind warfare and how the frequencies, the electromagnetic and atmospheric electromagnetic frequencies have been utilized also with ionization of the air and ELF waves, extremely low waves, and how that's promoting states of unrest, lack of well-being, and one of the reasons why suicides have increased. We've had a number of people kill themselves on the train tracks locally over the last few weeks. And they're putting up suicide nets on the Golden Gate Bridge right now to prevent increased suicides because, of course, beyond the control of suggestion of ending your life, which is what the perpetrators are doing with targeting individuals, also the collapse of the economy, the lack of work and employment, certainly much of the gang stalking. How long have you looked at my site? Are you aware that I cover targeted individuals and worldwide gang stalking programs and leading into implants, forced and implants that people are unaware of towards a transhumanism agenda?
There is quite a lot of information, so I have not was able to digest all of the articles, all of the videos. But I'm aware because I have several high-profile, wealthier clients who also receive services from others, including a professional hypnotist, who are aware not only of the interpersonal hypnosis of the, sleep now, hello to you, you are a chicken now, sort of the entertainment, as well as the, now you feel relaxed and you can take on your day, alpha male, all kinds of, they also are aware of the macro hypnosis. And so I can actually introduce you, if you would like, to people who are aware of all the techniques that are used in terms of the mind control on a macro level to get people puppy dog-like essence with the mouth down, thinking through, or rather not thinking through the implication. With kind of like you see the person walking down the street with the backwards cap with all the inputs and impetus to kind of do as they are suggested. And that is how society has become. You see it in the educational system where children are becoming less and less mindful of the critical thought. And so then they become receptive
that's all intentionally being the download that's given to keep a clear distinction between the control elite overlords and the slave population of which we are all considered, right?
What we see is you see like the Kim Kardashian, I go to Chipotle, and then the fans of the show go to the Chipotle. There's more critical thought in Europe. I don't know if you've spent time in Europe or if all of this is happening, but I feel like it's at an accelerated pace in the United States of America.
Well, you mean, now let me make sure I heard you correctly. You're thinking that this is accelerated in the United States versus Europe?
Well, it seems like there, in terms of the macro hypnosis, you see the shows like the Kardashian, and not that they are necessarily in all of but you see that there is a fandom that is kind of a puppy dog, like a consumerism capitalism.
Well, I don't see it that way. I see this as a global takedown. I see, certainly as you suggest, it is amped up on every level taking down the economy, a massive land grab, forced relocation of everybody everywhere, the use of weather weapons on everybody, and people having to buy the locations that they live in the future based on the desirable weather. We know that recently the president signed an executive order to fast forward not only 5G everywhere in the United States, which is happening everywhere around the world, but also to drink sewer water, in other words, to reuse our human waste, because they claim we're running out of water when we're not. And then most recently signing an executive order to rapidly remove any barriers for scientifically created food, biotech food. And now we're rolling into watching the farmers being absolutely slaughtered worldwide with heavy rains and washing their crops out, heat events, lack of water being restricted intentionally. We're seeing the farms being gutted worldwide and people running out of food. And the idea that we're running out of water, I'm reading article after article. The sixth largest city in, I want to say India, has announced that they're running out of water. It's a massive psyops, as you know. People are believing this because of the decades and decades of propaganda and the media and the newspaper. And people don't know what to believe, and so they don't take a stand or a position because they're just too mind-controlled at this point. And now with the addition of 5G, which is, of course, a kill grid, a massive depopulation, which is called for. Did you watch on StopTheCrime.net the recent postings of the 5 videos that we have up? It's where I'm speaking. There's 1 through 5. If you haven't yet watched that, I would suggest that you do.
That is a good idea. I will watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutively.
Start with 1. Hang on for me just a moment, please. Hi, I'm going to need to go, but I would like to speak with you further, because perhaps, well, what do you see? Hang on for me just a second again.
That you want to spread the message in your native Bangladesh, but also your connection to the higher power clientele and their connection to the knowledge of hypnosis.
Hi. I need to go, though, in a minute. So,
I would like to continue the dialogue in order to spread the message and to make my clients aware of all that is happening to them. And to also ensure that they're not the ones, because some are high profile, inflicting it onto the others, to identify the others, to identify who is causing all of this, and to understand how it can be avoided to the people to whom it is not, for whom it is not being caused, but to stop for the people that are being caused, to create a sort of internal resistance. And then also to discuss the broader implications of the 5G, because you see mixed signals with a conflict between the Federal Communications Commissions and the NTIA regarding...
No, there only seems to be a conflict, but there's not.
How would you identify the conflict resolution of the 1.6 gigahertz spectrum, where the GPS, the Global Positioning System community, is saying that there is interference, but the wireless carriers are saying there is not?
Well, that's yet to play out. We can only appreciate that there's got to be some conflict with interference, because it is of course, mind-controlling all the people on the planet. That's the plan. And I'm hearing that too. And honestly, They're talking about the interference with being able to predict weather events in advance, correct? Is that what you're speaking of more?
So that is actually in the 24 gigahertz band.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Our weather reporting, sadly, is all fake. When they want to dial up weather, they simply use weather weapons. And the idea that our weather reports reflect reality, they're lies. On regular media, radio outlets where they discuss the weather, they're not telling you that we're heavily chemtrailed and that they're planning to cook different cities and different locations worldwide with intensified microwaves. They're not telling you that the temperature outside won't reflect the heat that you're feeling. We're being cooked alive, mind-controlled, and we are being genocided as a global population right now.
Well, that is quite...
Yeah, come on in. Yeah, go ahead.
No, that is quite disturbing. I would like to learn more and to continue the dialogue.
Yeah, I would recommend that you watch the 5 videos on stopthecrime.net on the video YouTube channel. I would certainly suggest that you understand the enormity of the booby traps that have been set up to destroy us, including intentional earthquakes that we've had here in Los Angeles. Were you there during July 4th when we had that big one out of Kern County?
Yes, I actually was sitting in a room, and the room is actually next to a pool, and I noticed the shaking first of the water in the pool.
You need to listen to my videos. All of this is being intentionally done. And you will understand how they're doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So we are under mass attack on every level. And while I appreciate there are some well-heeled individuals in the sense that they've achieved wealth.
You got her number. You found it.
Okay. And they may not know what is going on.
Well, thankfully...
They're going to be swallowed up and disposed of as well.
Yes, so thankfully all I was lost for me was a bottle of Gerard's salad dressing.
Well...
So I am the lucky one.
Well, no, just for this moment, you're being served up. We're all being served up. And at least, you have some salad dressing.
well, no, I don't have the salad dressing anymore because the bottle was lost. But that's all that was lost.
I am a very bad joke out of that, actually. But having said that, I need to hang on again just a moment.
You need to wrap it up with a invitation to discuss more. Say that you are you will ask for the email. Say you would love to meet and introduce to the client. Especially you have connections in academia that can shed light as to making change through academic resistance and governmental and some academic resistance.
Okay, I need to go now.
Okay, well, I look forward to continuing. I have many clients within the field of academia, business, politics.
Well, I would be very concerned about their level of education because sadly that, to me, when I hear that somebody has a PhD or an MD, I in my mind I think, well, I'll try not to hold that against them because they've been taught and they've swallowed the propaganda in order to earn that notoriety, which to me is dangerous.
Well, I look forward to all of that and to complete the circle with all of the people to form an internal resistance. So, on to you, I will say.
Well, that's what we need to do. And I would start with listening to some more of those videos on our website.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and of course there's many others. There's some
Is 6,
on
7, 8?
There's just go to the YouTube video channel and start listening. We talk more about Pacific Gas and Electric and the Rothschilds and how they're using satellite-based weapons systems globally, and how the Russians and China are all working together. Just start listening to some of those videos, and then we can talk.
Okay, well, I look forward to that, and so that we can, use my connection with, people inside the Rothschild, with the bankers, the lawyers, the children, and to get to wake them up within, to resist within.
Well, sadly, I'm certain you are very much aware that the inbreeding and the ritual satanic abuse that many of these family members are put through in order to keep them compartmentalized, they're very emotionally disturbed people, very psychopathic. And in order
that must be why they have retained me as a guru to them, to get through the trauma.
Well, let me write your phone number down and your name. Your area code 318.
So it's Jacob Hammersmith.
Jacob Smith. Jacob Smith.
Hammersmith. HAMMERSMITH. Hammersmith.
Okay.
And your
what's
email,
phone
because you're
number
from
there,
Bangladesh.
Jacob?
I'm sorry?
What is your phone number?
Email.
Let me give you his email address, okay?
No, phone is better. Is the phone you're calling
Yes.
me on not a good phone number
Oh,
for you?
no, this one is fine. I don't always answer because maybe it's all related to what we're talking about, but there is so much spam calling, and there is so much unidentified numbers, and then there are the numbers that you identify, but it is just somebody pretending to be somebody from your contact book. And so I don't generally answer most of the calls that I receive because I am afraid of who is calling and what are they doing with my voice? What are they doing with the knowledge that I am able to answer the phone? And so
Well, I can only tell you it's no time to be afraid, because fear will keep us stuck in our death, in our impending death. And it's a time now to step out, do all you can while you can, because time is short. That's what I will tell you.
Okay, well, I will look forward to calling you, or for me to call you, or for you to call me. I also have an
I
email.
need a number for you, though, Jacob, because I have to go now.
Oh, this is the number. That's fine.
Give it to me, please.
So I actually just received a new phone because I thought that another phone was being tracked. So just call back. I will send you a text message, and then I will receive your number. You can also reach me at SENSATZIO.
Wait, you're going too fast for me. What is it?
So
As in Sam?
S as in Sam, E as in elephantitis, N as in Nairobi, S as in Sam, A as in apple, like a piece of fruit, a T as in a tertiary, after primary and secondary.
No, you're getting too involved for me. SENSA, and then the letter T is in Tom.
T as in Tom, or tertiary, Z as in zebra.
I'm already lost, and the reason I'm lost is I'm really needing to go now, and I can't hear you very well.
Okay,
So
I will just text you the information in order
the
to.
phone that you called me on does not accept texts.
Oh, okay. So
You will need to just call me back.
Okay.
and leave me, more information on my voicemail.
Okay.
And as far as how you can help, any way that you can think of helping at all, we need help. And we can't direct the kind of help that you decide to give. It's whatever you start understanding is the problem and how you believe that you can help, because we are controlled by this sadistic, upper controlling group of psychopaths. And I would recommend that to understand that you read a very, very important document called Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. And I talk about that in that 5-part video series that I do.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I look forward to continuing the dialogue to figure this all out. And thank you for all your work. And I appreciate the conversation and all of your time.
Well, thank you so much. Take care of yourself and do all you can while you can.
I will watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Great. And some other ones there too. Okay, thanks.
Okay, 6, 7, 8.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye.
এসটি বাংলা, বাংলার সাথে সত্যের পক্ষে। সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন, এসটি বাংলা টিভির সাথেই থাকুন।